All the things I forgot to share, forgot to remember. Abstinence in the feel of what's to remember. No, no. Abstinence in the addressal of must be remembered. For what goes unrecognized wreaks havoc. Havoc for the churning poisons will embrace your behaviors with its symptoms. See, lack of remembrance itself is a symptom. You've been got, and this got has got you going, laying peacefully as if you don't feel the churning within. Freudian slips of the tongue after slips in action. A split of yourself will show itself. Will you remember then? The history, the sad sap generated from roots of silent torments. Quiet struggle. When it manifests, will you remember then? Or are you content with this choice to be blind? Glimpses of truth show themselves to you, yet you leave them hanging, in turn, leaving yourself hanging. And honestly, that's where that one stops. That's where I just stopped, and I haven't physically journaled in quite some time. As in journaled in my journal that I have, which is arm's reach away from me. I just got to get this back set up the way I need it to be set up. I haven't written in this, however, I do constantly write in my notes, which is where all of these pieces that, yeah, look at that reflection. That's where all the pieces that, or most of the pieces that I've spoken, performed, have come from. Today I decided to journal because there was quite a bit on my mind, honestly. I was missing a certain individual that's not... Ah! Would you look at that? That's staying in, bro. That's kind of funny that happened like that. But yeah, I was missing someone. Oh my goodness. What is up with this today? Hold on, peoples. Hold on. Hold on. Hopefully that doesn't fall over. You know what I'm saying? Too many. How many times has this happened now? 3 times? Anyways, well, it slowed me down, that's for sure, because I don't even know if I want to say that I was missing the person. Like, I don't even know if I can properly say that it's missing. Of course, there's elements of missing. But I think it was just thinking about the situation, thinking about what happened for separations to happen the way that they did, thinking about myself. I'm thinking about me at this time last year and how that went and how that was. So I'm going to share what I journaled about today. And there's a very good chance that the things that come up I will talk more about. I'm not quite sure whether or not I'm going to just share what I have typed or what I journaled, or if I'm going to share that and also elaborate a little bit. Not with specifics, but like general things or just the change of perspective. Girl, what? The change of perspective that I have had over time because of what occurred. But let's just start. Because even what I wrote here is poetic too. Regardless of that nature, though, it's truthful. It's reflective. So, and it's likely that people will resonate with what it is that I share. So that's why I don't feel squirmish sharing it. But anyways, let's just get to it. The strength that came with being vulnerable, I was yet to possess, for I wore my shoulders for others to cry on, strong with all my might. Exposed to those who exposed themselves, I resisted that model, wounded in my trust to expose myself. To allow myself to cry upon someone's shoulder, I wasn't ready to let someone take care of my emotions, and I can say that. I built bridges far and wide, connecting and separating them in an endless cycle. I wasn't truly ready to change for me. I wanted to change for someone else, to love someone else, but also receive love that I felt I was missing, but I was missing. Out of body seeking validation, struggling within and manifesting suffering, not just for myself, but for them. I wasn't ready for that love, but at the same time, I learned quite a bit. I became more present with what I learned after its end, though, rather than during. So I do kind of want to split it up and talk a little bit about it after reading it again, just because I find it necessary to do so. The strength that came with being vulnerable. And these are quite literally just thoughts, and I almost wasn't going to journal it. I almost wasn't going to let it out of me. I was just going to have one of those think and talk to myself while I'm doing whatever. I honestly don't even remember what I was doing. I was probably drawing, which I'm open to sharing right now. But okay, so we're going to pause right quick. I am currently drawing this girl who passed away. This was my friend's friend. I knew not of her, but I know that she passed away, and I also know that my friend is likely still grieving her passing. So since I'm doing more of this and I'm focusing a lot more on this craft of mine, I'm taking it upon myself to draw her and give her to my friend, and hopefully it helps her. Not even hopefully she likes it. I hope it helps. I hope she has, like, it gives her something to hold on to or to look at. I may write some things around it. I might include certain scriptures since my friend is Christian. There's a lot of different things that I could do with it, but I will be giving that to her as a present since her birthday is coming up soon. And I think that's when I'll be seeing her. I'm not really too sure about that, but yeah. And yesterday's video, I was supposed to show the art that I did for my dad, because I talked heavily about the art piece that I did for my dad, because I talked heavily about it in the video from yesterday. I'm just going to hit a little... The glare, bro. The glare. Now, I already expressed what I thought about this piece in the video from yesterday. So if you want to hear a little bit about that and just about the video itself, watch the video from yesterday. watch the last video that I posted from this one. Okay. Okay. Thank you. But the strength that comes with vulnerability. I have quite a bit of experience with being the friend or the individual in general that listens to people and listens to their ventings, their thoughts, their ideas. I sit with people. I take things in, but I also don't take them in. I reflect on what it is that people tell me. I can give you advice, or I can hold space for you. And when I think about this particular situation, I realized that I did that well. What I did not do very well was put myself in a position where someone else could do that for me. Which is something that I'm living through constantly. I'm living through allowing that to happen, or being more open to it happening. But I say the strength. I say I watched the strength before me, yet I could not possess that strength yet, because I was in connection with someone who, in my eyes, is very strong, because they were able to be very vulnerable. And I think that anybody being vulnerable, anybody allowing themselves to be vulnerable despite going through things, like not even just specific, like all kinds of relationships or all kinds of experiences, to allow yourself to be vulnerable despite things not going well in your past, as in you are not dictating what you can be and what you can express in the current moment. You're not dictating how you're going to go about how you live life because of what happened back then. I was in connection with someone who didn't allow the things that they've gone through to disrupt or to tarnish building vulnerability and intimacy, or, not even just building, but releasing, being vulnerable, and creating intimacy their way with me. That was that's strength to me. I recognize that as a strength. I do, and I recognize that I wasn't able to be in that place at that time, especially with that particular experience, a first experience, an experience where you're in connection with someone, and there's so many different things that you've never done. That quite literally was that experience. There's so many healthy things too that you've never done. And perhaps this is why I talk so much about sabotage, because I've known sabotage all my life. And with that particular situation, that's a situation where I think about and I'm like, I can do nothing but hug myself. Through the process of getting through that separation, or remembering not the individual but myself in and the roles that I held in that situation, the roles that I held in that relationship. Like, honestly, I don't think that I should have to be talking in code for this, because it's my experience. They're my thoughts, they're my opinions, and I'm also not putting anybody in the mud either. If anything, I'm reflecting on it. And the funny thing is I reflected quite a bit on that. Like, I went right into reflection after the separation of that relationship. I went right into it, right into introspection, right into writing, right into honing in on things that I love to do, but also things that required me to express something. And honestly, it was the withholding of expression that caused a lot of issues. Internal issues, external issues. Like, I know that I was making myself sick during that time. And I know that the issues that were manifesting within that relationship too came from different things that I wasn't doing. And I know I talked about change in what I journaled too, and I also was not in a place or in a space. I don't think I truly wanted to change. Not truly. I don't think I really was in a place or a space to do what I needed to do so. As much as I listened, I wasn't listening. And honestly, it's one of those things where I'm on the other side of things where it's not, you can only tell people that you listen to and talk to or grant advice to or hold space for. You can only tell them so many times what it is that they should. Let me take that word back. Could, or just offering your own perspective so people can see things from different lenses or different perspectives other than their own. That's how I'm going to word that. Because you can't really tell people how to live their life, which is honestly what that individual recognized for sure. And if I was in that headspace too, or if I was dealing with what I was dealing with me, if I was in their position, I likely would have left too. Or been okay with just, like, that's it. But back to the other point, you can only tell somebody so many times or repeat yourself. Yeah, repetition can drive one mad. I would know in my own experience, but I would also know being a person that had to be repeated things too. Which we're past the apology stage. It's more of an acceptance on my end of what I did and didn't do. And I think I'm kind of past the acceptance. It's more, okay, maybe there's just, let's look and see, different things that you didn't see as you were moving through that transition, as you were moving through getting through emotions that came up, thoughts that came up. Seeing what else is there to look at, or what else is there to learn from it. You maybe hearing music. My bad. It's not me. It's my sister. Forgive me. It's my sister. I think she turned the music back up. If you hear it, you hear it. And you know why. I let you know. But yeah, that whole situation, that whole relationship really, 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 really taught me. You think you know something. You can know any and everything that you want to know. But man, when it comes to actually putting it into play, putting what you know into play, putting what you're aware of into play, making what you're aware of, whether that be something that is sabotaging or something that allows you to grow more into who it is that you will be. I lost my train of thought because I can hear the music. You cannot. No, that's not where I was at. Man, that's low-key what I'm gonna love about watching these back. It's like, girl, wow, I'm really watching you in real time think about what it is that you have to say. And it's funny because I could talk about this particular topic for a very, 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 very long time, and not just with this relationship that I'm speaking of, but with many of my relationships that I'm in currently. Like, everything is so connected. It's so simple yet so complex. But hey, I'm trying to think about what it is that I'm trying to say. I'm not even trying to say anything. I'm trying to grasp the thoughts and burp it out of my mouth. But it's not doing the do. And I said trying again. I'm reaching in. I'm not grasping, okay? Girl, what are you saying? I know I was talking about awareness and how you can only be so aware of what it is that you know, whether those are shadowy things or light things about yourself. But doing, embodying, changing, reframing, unlearning, or learning, the actions, that's a whole nother thing. Taking action towards your awareness is different than being aware. You can know yourself all day long. You can know who you want to be all day long, but like, what you doing about it though? And these are some things that I would tell myself back then, but I wasn't as, what's the word for it? Assertive with it as I am now. And guess what? I'm still learning to lean into it, still stepping into it, like actually stepping into it. It's not the easiest thing to do, yet it is at the same time. It's something that one resists until they realize that they're resisting nothing but themselves. So I'm going to look into this again just to make sure there's nothing else that I wanted to say about what it is that I said. And hopefully you resonated with some of the things. And I say hopefully, not as in hopefully you're going through painful situations, but what I do realize is that in everybody's life, you can be many things. You can be on all different types of spectrums that there can be within this life, but you will likely experience suffering. You will experience chaos and you will experience order. And I have a knack for talking about chaos because I found order in it, which is quite a beautiful thing, to be completely honest with you. And I wonder what it'll be like as I talk more about order. But hey, we'll get there when we get there, right? Back to this though. Seeking validation, struggling within, manifesting suffering. I think I already talked about that. ultimately, I had lots and still do. I don't think love ever really stops. It just doesn't really have a place to go. But I had love for that person. And I'm sure they had love for me too. This was a situation where I quite literally didn't love myself enough to not only make things better for them in experiencing me, but make things better for me in experiencing me. So that's what I have to share for today. That's what was on my mind today. And yeah, I hope whoever sees this likes it. Literally. I overall though hope you resonate with it, or you receive your own message from what it is that I say, or what it is that I have in terms of a lens. I hope that I'm offering a clearer lens to you, maybe. And even if I don't, if someone receives that, that's exactly what I'm hoping for. And if you would like to continue to hear me talk about, whatever it is that I talk about, this channel is called Sequence of Thoughts with Kai. If you enjoy hearing people ramble, because I feel like this is my ramble, this is my world of ramble, despite being a very reserved person and slow to talk person. Yeah, it's very selective though. I can talk your ear off if I want to, okay? I didn't talk for 27, probably gonna go to 30 minutes, so you can probably see that. But I have my brain farts too. If you don't mind seeing people have brain farts, see? See? This is what I'm talking about. If you don't mind seeing people experience a brain fart right before your eyes, I would press subscribe. Yeah. On that note, I'm out. Have a wonderful day.